Okay, good evening. Can you hear me? Tanya? Joel? Yes, right? Yes, you can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, okay, first of all, this is the final 2 month of your class and you have another 60 to 65 days to start your exam. Do you know what is the exam starting date? It is 10th of August. 10th of August, 10th mean Monday, I think. Then Wednesday, you have your first exam. ET or BST. BST students, BST is the first subject. ET student, ET is the first subject. 12th, I think. 12th of August is your first exam, MCQ. Then the second one, I think 15th or 16th. The next week, third week of August, you have science for technology, right? Okay, that's the exam timetable. Okay, then you have another 65 days, right? Okay, last week, exam number 6. Exam number 6, we discussed only 30 MCQ questions. Tihakara. Okay, come to question number 31. Okay, this one. Question number 31. Okay, question number 30 we discussed, right, Tanya? Question number 30 discussed last week. Am I correct? Okay, question number 31. An 8 kilogram object is suspended by a light. Light mean the weight of the string don't need to consider, right? The light inextensible mean the extension is not changing when applying force. The length is not changing. It is not elastic. Inextensible. String as shown in the figure. If the point x are in equilibrium, this point x, this point is equilibrium, then T1 and T2 are respectively. Then what is the value of T1 and T2? Tensions of those strings. The tensions of those strings. Okay, now the weight of this object, if it is 8 kilogram, the weight equal 80 Newton, right? 80 Newton, right? It's 80 Newton. Now, therefore, if it is balance system, both horizontal and vertical, both axes balance, equilibrium, no any resultant force for both axes, right? Horizontal axis and vertical, both axes, no any resultant force. That's the meaning of balance or equilibrium system, right? No resultant force 0. Then if you got the vertical side, it's 80. Then 80 equal to T1. If I resolve this T1 into this direction, T1 resolve it into vertical direction, right? Then what is the T1 sine 30? Because why sine 30? Why sine 30? Towards to the opposite from the angle direction. Angle direction එක නම් cos. Opposite direction. අනිත් පැත්තට resolve කරන්න. Then it is sine 30. Sine 30. Okay, then I can write 80. If it is equilibrium, 80 Newton equal to T1 sine 6 sine 30. Then 80 equal T1 sine 30 half. Then you can isolate T1, both sides multiplied by 2, or cross multiplication. T1 equal 160 Newton. This is a T1. T1. This is a T1. Right? This is a T1. Okay. Now you already know the T1. It is 160 Newton. I told if it is equilibrium, horizontal axis also it's balance, no resultant force. Then I can resolve T1 160 Newton. T1 can then 160 Newton. 160 Newton, resolve it into this direction. This direction. It is equal to T2. Then it is cos 30. Cos 30. Cos 30 equal to T2. Then 160 cos 30 mean root 3 over 2. I think you know. Equal T2. Then 160 divided by 2, it is 80. 80 root 3. 80 root 3. Then T2 equal 80 root into root 3 Newton. Very simple, right? Very simple. Very simple. Then T1 equal 160, T2 equal 80 into root 3. Answer number 5. Answer number 5. Okay, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Quickly send me a text message. Today we have a lot of questions to discuss. Dihini? Understood? Okay, question number 32. Again, good question. A light rod is balanced at a point P with two masses M1 and M2 placed on either side as shown in the figure. L1 and L2 are the distance to M1 and M2 from P point respectively. Okay, this is L2. It is L1. It is M2. It is M1, right? If the rod is balanced at an angle of theta, theta angle degree from horizontal, the ratio of M1 divided by M2 is equal to. It's a good question. It's a good question. Now think this is the rod. Think this is a horizontal axis. This is a horizontal axis, and yeah, this is a P point, and this is a rod. This is a rod. It's M1, sorry, M2, M1. This is a point P, this is a fixed point P, and this length L2, L1, right? L2, L1. Okay. Now the system is balanced or equilibrium with theta angle from the horizontal axis. Theta angle from the horizontal axis. Right? Now what is the weight of these masses? Yeah, what is the question asking? The ratio of M1 divided by M2. M1 over M2 is asking. Balam. Okay, what is this weight? This weight equal M2G, right? M2 into gravitational acceleration. M2G. What is M1? Weight. Weight. It's towards to the gravity. Towards to the gravity. M1 into G. M1 into G. Now think it is 90 degree. And it is theta. Theta. Now what is the angle? What is the angle? What is this angle? It is not 90 degree. It is not perpendicular now. This angle 90 minus theta, right? 90 minus theta. 90 minus theta. Hi. Now, yeah. Okay. Now, if it is balanced, you already know what is the equation. What is the equation? What is the equation? Yeah. Clockwise moment of force is equal to the anti-clockwise moment of force. Now, the P is a rotating point. Now, M2G moment of force is equal M1G moment of forces. That's the basic equation. But you have to be careful. These forces are not now perpendicular. What is the moment of force equation? Moment of force equation. Moment of force equal force multiplied by the perpendicular distance. FD, distance means perpendicular distance. Now force and distance now not perpendicular. It has theta angle. Theta angle, right? Hari. Now they are very similar type questions as exam, right? Therefore this type questions compulsory. Then may paper in at least a question එකක් හරි මේ විදිහටම තියෙන exam. This is a good paper, model paper style paper, right? Hari. Now this is the perpendicular direction. For this one, this is the perpendicular direction. This is a perpendicular direction. This is a perpendicular direction, right? Now first you have to resolve that into perpendicular direction to get moment of forces. That's the rule, right? That's the rule. Then, okay, I'm going to resolve it into this direction. It's 90 minus theta is this angle. Then what is this? This side angle. Now think it is 30, right? For example. Now think it is 30. 30 degree. Now it is 90 degree. Now what is this one? What is this one? 60. 60 and 180 is a right angle triangle, right? Then what is this yellow color? Yellow color angle. Again 30. Then always this theta equal to this one, right? May have theta equal. This one also equal theta. I got. Tanya? Okay, now I can resolute m2g cos theta, m2g cos theta equal to m2g, sorry, m1g cos theta. For this one. Yeah. Then g cos theta to g cos theta cancel out. Sorry, මෙයා L1 වලනුත් multiply වෙන්න ඕනේ. m2g cos theta into L2 equal m1g cos theta into L1. Right? Then equal terms we can cancel out. G cos theta cancel out. G cos theta to G cos theta cancel out. Yeah, M1 also this one. Yeah, theta equal to this theta. Yeah, මෙහෙමයි. It's just like this. Right? Okay, if you got this is the perpendicular way. This is the direction, right? This is a force acting direction, vertical direction. But it is not vertical, that is problem. It is vertical, but it is not perpendicular to this axis. Right? Same mechanism. You can get a line like this. That's a perpendicular direction. That's a perpendicular direction. Right? Same thing. It's theta. The question given it's theta. Then it is 90 degree. 90 minus theta is this angle. 90 minus theta is this angle. Then it is theta. Okay, Tanya? Okay. Now M2 L2 equal M1 L1. Now M2, the question asks M1 over M2, right? M1 over M2. M1 over M2. L2 over L1. Answer number 3. Answer number 3. Answer number 3. Understood, Kabir? Dihini? Okay. Now, the elastic limit of a wire with a cross-section area 2 square millimeter is given as 2 into 10 to the power minus 10, 2 into 10 to the power 10 Nm minus 2. Find the maximum force that can be applied on this wire depending on its elastic property. The question asks the maximum force that can be applied on this wire. Okay, what is the equation? The cross-section area is given and the elastic limit also given. Then what is the equation? The elastic limit, the maximum limit, the elastic limit given. Then elastic limit mean it is stress, right? It is stress, maximum stress, maximum stress. The elastic limit mean maximum stress of the wire with elastic properties. Elastic properties mean it's when it is deformed again return to the original position. I think you can remember, right? That's elastic properties. The elastic limit is given. Then stress equal, I think you can remember, stress equal F divided by cross section area, right? Now stress is given, the maximum limit stress is given N minus 2. It's 2 into 10 to the power 10. 2 into 10 to the power 10 equal the force, don't know, force is asking, the maximum force asking, yes. The cross section area 2 square millimeter. You can't use square millimeter because it is the 10 into 2 into 10 to the power 10 given in Nm minus 2. Then you have to substitute in square meters. Then 2 square millimeters, right? 2 square millimeters, 2 divided by 1000 to convert into millimeter, again divide by 1000 to convert into square millimeter. I think you can remember, right? Then this is a force. This is a force. Cross multiplication 2 into 10 to the power 10 into 2 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 6 0 to cancel out to 4. Then F equal 2 into 2, 4. 4 into 10 to the power minus 10 to the power 4 Newton. Right? 4 into 10 to the power 4 Newton. 4 into 10 to the power 4 means 40,000. 40,000 Newton. Newton. 40,000 Newton. They are simple questions. Question number 34. Any doubt? Joel? Sanjita? Any doubt? Right. Question number 34. When a rubber string with a cross-section area 5 square centimeter and a length of 1 meter is fixed to a ceiling and a load of 20 kilogram is suspended from its other end. The length of the string increased by 4 centimeter. The length of the string increasing by 4 centimeter. Find the elastic potential energy stored per unit volume of this rubber string. Unit volume of this rubber string. Unit volume. Very important term. Unit volume. The elastic potential energy of unit volume. That means 1 cubic centimeter or 1 cubic meter. Right? Unit volume. Hurry. Okay. First of all, you can draw a diagram of this question. Okay. This is a ceiling. This is a ceiling. Right? Ceiling means whatever support. Yeah, this is a rubber string. Rubber string. It's connected to 20 kilogram load. 20 kilogram load. 20 kilogram means 200 Newton load. 200 Newton load. Right? The cross-section area given. The cross-section area. The cross-section area 5 square centimeter. And the length is 1 meter. 1 meter is the length. Due to this 200 Newton load, 200 Newton force, the length increasing by 4 centimeters. No? That means extension 4 centimeters. Extension equal 4 centimeter. Right? Okay, now to get the elastic potential energy, we have two equations. We have two equations. One other. The elastic potential energy, work energy lesson, right? Elastic potential energy equal half Ke squared and elastic potential energy equal half into Fe, right? Half Fe. Now we don't know K value. What's the meaning of K? Spring constant. We don't know the spring constant of this rubber tube, but we know applied force and extension. Okay, then we can easily calculate half into, we don't need this equation now, half into force 200, extension 4 centimeters, then I convert into meters by dividing 100. Then 20 cancel, it's 4 joule. 4 joule is the elastic potential energy. 4 joule is the elastic potential energy. Four joule is the elastic potential energy, right? That's on entire rubber string, rubber tube. But this question asking per unit volume. 4 joule के दिलत ने. For unit volume. Okay, how to get the unit volume? Then you can get the volume of this tube. Volume. How to get the volume? It's just like a small cylinder, right? A small cylinder. Then you can get the volume of this. Volume equal cylinder 5r squared h. 5r squared means cross section area into height. Cross section area given 5, but it's square centimeters. Square centimeter you have to convert into square meter. Very, very important, right? This conversion. How to convert? 5 divided by 100, it's convert into meter. Again divide by 100 to convert into square meter. Then into 1. Then 0.0005 cubic meter is the volume. 0.0005 cubic meter is the volume, right? Then the elastic potential energy per unit volume, how to calculate? 4 joules divided by 0.0005 0.0005. හරි. ඉක්මනට ආන්සර් එක දාන්න. Answer 8002. බලන්න ආන්සර් එක තියෙද කියලා answer number 3 no. Understood? Fatima? Any doubt? This is final 8 weeks, final 60 days. Now continuously you have to work. Continuously work. ඉතින් ගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලගේ result එක at least one grade you can change within these 60 days. If you are on C level, definitely you can go to B. Not only SFT, all subjects. These 60 days very important. If you not manage, now if you are C level, S එකට එන්නත් පුළුවන්. Therefore, the 60 days, everything of your result, rank, Z value, everything depend on these final 60 days, right? Therefore, make a schedule and continuously working. දිගටම වැඩ කරා. Now tomorrow you have exam. I complete a polymer lesson. Kabir, others, everyone. Polymer lesson complete, right? It's a very easy lesson. Okay, any doubts? Any doubts? Tanya? Do you have any doubt? Salmia, are you complete? Amina? Tomorrow you have a polymer structured essay question, very simple, basic theory parts asking, right? Then to not complete, you have another few hours, no? You can go through the video and make a short note. Then it is very simple, right? Good. Make a short note. Types of polymers. Polymers, we can classify it into 4 groups, right? What's the recording? And what are the examples? And what are the thermostable and how to vary the structure and characteristic of polymer with temperature or heat, right? Hari, ඒ ටික බලන්න. Then tomorrow I hope to discuss maximum 90% of fluid mechanism, maximum complete. Tomorrow we doing very important session. We discussing Pascal's theorem, Archimedes theorem, and continuity theorem and Bernoulli's theorem. We have 4 very important theory principles. You can laws නෙමෙයි ඒවට කියන්නේ මොනවද මේ? Principles. Then fluid mechanism complete. Before next week, you can collect our final 2 tunes, cell structure and final lesson, environment chemistry. Within this month, I hope to complete all theory parts. Then next month, we have practical only, practical and full paper discussions. We have 3 days. 3 days for full paper and practical discussion. And for August month also, we have 2 weeks. ඒකෙත් අපිට full papers ටිකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, find the mass of water remaining in a copper calorimeter containing 2 kilogram of water at 25 Celsius when 886 kilojoules of heat supply to it. The specific heat capacity of water 4200. The specific latent heat of vaporization of water 2.26 into 10 to the power 6 joules per kilogram. The heat capacity of copper is 4000 kilojoules per Kelvin. Right? Find the mass of water remaining in a copper calorimeter containing 2 kilogram of water at 25 Celsius. Hi. First of all, now you have to understand this type question. Now it's a water container, 2 kilogram of water at 25 Celsius. Now if it is provided for 886 kilojoule, if it is provide 886 kilojoule, that means 886,000 joules. The question asks, after this heat supply, the remaining water mass. Joel? Okay, right? Hari. මෙතෙන් දැන් ඇහුන්නේ නැද්ද? Joel. From this point? Okay. Now we have 2 kilogram of water, right? At 25 Celsius in a copper container, right? Now, if we provide 886,000 joules into this container, the question asks the remain mass of water. The remain mass of water, right? Then first I got 25 Celsius water convert to boiling point. 100 Celsius water, the heat amount absorb heat amount, required heat amount. Q equal MC theta because there is temperature difference. Menna heat එක. Right? It is 630 kilojoule. Right? Then I can calculate the container absorb heat. Container absorb heat. The container also absorbing some amount of heat, right? Container absorb heat. Absorb heat. Okay, Q equal C theta. Why we use C theta? Because the container heat capacity is given. Heat capacity of copper 400. 400. Temperature difference 75. 75. Then 75 into 4, it is 300. 300 and 20. 30,000. 30,000 mean 30 kilojoule, right? 30 kilojoule. Then water absorb. water absorb heat tank. Total 660, right? Total 660, right? Kilojoule is a total. Then how many heat energy remain? The total 886 supply. 886 supply. 886 kilojoule. Subtract 660. 226. 226 remain. Now this is final 2 months. No, always we doing little bit advanced questions. Sometimes more than exam level or same as exam level questions we doing. Therefore, if you have any doubt, please send me or through WhatsApp or in the Zoom chat or whatever. Otherwise, it will be difficult to understand if you missed any part. Therefore, focus very well. And if you have any doubt, please ask me, right? You have to get now the responsibility. I'm doing little bit rapidly and doing some advanced questions. You have to get your responsibility, right? You have responsible about your result. That's it. Okay, then the remain amount, remain another 660 consumption for water come to boiling point and contain absorb amount. Then it is 660 is the total. Then 886 provided to the container. The remain amount 226. 226 kilojoule. 226, right? 226 mean 226,000 joules equal to this amount of heat utilized for the vaporization process. Vaporization process for physical state change. For physical state change, equation ML, because there is no any temperature difference, then you can calculate the vaporized heat. Vaporized water mass. Mass we don't know. L is given, the specific latent heat of melting, not melting, vaporization. 2.26 into 10 to the power 6. 2.26 into 10 to the power 6. I'm not going to use the units because all units are standard units. Okay, what you can do? Can you send me M? M equal 226,000 divide by 6. Right? Then answer 0.1, right? What's the answer? Dini? The vaporized mass? 1/10, right? Am I correct? Habib? 1/10. 1/10 means 0.1. Yeah, 0.1. 0.1. M equal 0.1 kilogram. Okay, this is a vaporized amount. Vapor vela 0.1 kilogram. That means 100 gram. Then the remain amount 1.9 kilogram. 1.9 kilogram. Okay, there are maximum possible questions of heat lessons asking in the exam, right? Therefore, that's maximum. According to our syllabus, they are the maximum. I can questions, right? Understood, right, Joel? Okay. For me, other subjects also, now you have to practice with advanced questions, right? With advanced questions, not only past paper questions kohamat karanda that you can complete, no? You have answers and papers. Addition to that, you have to practice some thinking new questions like this. The reason why touching a piece of metal in an environment in the morning of winter season feels colder than touching a piece of wood is. Yeah, if you touch a wood piece, it's not cool. But if you touch a metal piece, it is very cold, right? It's very cold. The question asks, what is the reason? What is the reason for this difference? Okay, what is your answer? The temperature of metal pieces is lower than the temperature of wood. No. Temperature is not both in same temperature, no? Both in same environment. Morning or winter season. Morning or winter season. Then both can get same temperature. The thermal conductivity of metal is higher than the thermal conductivity of is metal higher than the thermal conductivity of wood. Yeah, that's the actual reason. The thermal conductivity, metal easily thermal conductivity, that means heat release rapidly, but wood thermal conductivity very low, therefore heat releasing in cold temperature, heat releasing very slow, right? That's why the metal piece getting cold very rapidly. The heat capacity of metal is less than, heat capacity is not related. The heat capacity of body of clothes, no, the surface emissivity of metal is higher than the wood. Surface emissivity. Yeah, surface emissivity also. Emissivity mean the if it is metal piece, emissivity mean electromotive force. EM waves, no, EM waves, electromotive waves. Emission, releasing, that means reflecting ability, that's not related. The thermal conductivity is answer. Thermal conductivity is answer. 36, answer number 2. Answer number 2. A stove connected to 230-volt domestic supply dissipates energy at a rate of 1.2 kilowatt. 1.2 kilowatt means 1200 joules per second, right? 1200 joules per second. What is the most suitable fuse to supply it? Most suitable fuse. Making, we have very simple equation about power. P equal VI, right? P equal VI. Now power 1.2 kilowatt mean 1200 volt equal voltage 230 into I. Now we can get the 0 to 0 cancel. 120 over 23. 120 over 23. It's 5.2. 5.217. 5.217 ampere is the current flowing through this circuit. right? Current flowing through the circuit. If I add 5.2 ampere fuse, is it working with the maximum efficiency? No. ඒකෙන් අඩු වෙනවනේ. එතකොට ඇත්තටම වෙන්නේ no, even in normal condition the fuse will be broken, right? 5.2 ampere. No, therefore it is not suitable. 6 ampere is a good one. 6 ampere fuse is good because 5.217 ampere is flowing in normal condition. I got right. Fuse එකක් දාන්න ඒ වගේ. Right? Last two question. A uniform conducting wire of length L and resistance R2 is connected to a coil of internal resistance R and electromotive force E as shown in the figure. L and it is R2. May R2 resistance. The length L to a coil of internal resistance R and internal resistance R. මෙයාගේ simple R is the internal resistance. Electromotive force E. This is the electromotive force direction, right? A resistor of resistance R1. මෙයා R1 resistance connected to in series with it, and voltmeter of very higher resistance is connected in parallel to the end of. With higher resistance mean the current is not flowing in this direction, right? It's only for purpose to get the voltage, right? Higher resistance means the current is not flowing through the voltmeter. A path එකේ යන්නේ parallel to the end of the wire and the point L distance. Yeah, this is L. The relationship between the reading of voltmeter and L is the voltmeter value එක හරි. Now okay, think actually it is electromotive force, Kirchhoff's second law. Electromotive force only one cell, E equal R1I, right? The current I plus R2I plus simple Ri. Okay, that's the equation. Simple Ri. Right? Yeah, very good questions. Okay, Kirchhoff flow power, that's the maximum. Then the question asks relationship with V. Then we have equation V equal IR, no? V equal IR. Then R, then අපි මෙතෙන්ට දාමු E equal, I can get I out, R1 plus R2 plus simple R, right? Instead of this I, instead of this I, we can use V divide by radius, may resistance, no? V divide by resistance. V divide by resistance. V divide by resistance. හරි මම මෙතනින් දාන්න. Now E equal. Now what is the resistance of this circuit? Now it is series R1 plus R2 plus simple R. R1 plus R2 plus simple R. Yeah, current. Yeah. Yeah. I equal V over R, no? V over R. Voltage divided by R. R. Now, instead of R, resistance, I can use length. Length mean actually when increasing the length, I told the resistance increasing, right? Resistance increasing, අපි එතනට actually we have equation. ඒක දැම්මොත් ටිකක් complex වෙනවා. R equal, sorry, oh, sorry, that was stuck. Give me a second. sorry, stuck. Okay, now okay. Now R equal rho L over A, right? Now cross section area same. Cross section area same. Then instead of rho also same material, rho also same. Therefore, don't need. Instead of R, I can write L. L. දාලා බලමු. හරිද? E equal V over simple L. R1 plus R2 plus simple R. Now the question asks V, isolate the V, V equal, again stuck, sorry. V equal EL divide by R1 plus R2 plus simple R. Okay, that's the approximate answer. Actually, according to this answer, fifth one is answer. Fifth one, මෙතනට L එකකුත් එනවා. Yeah, this type answer, you don't need to get exact answer. Yeah, that is the answer, however. අපි හදපු විදිහට, but මෙතන තව එකක් හරි කරලා තියෙනවා. But this is answer, right? Fifth one. EL over R1 plus R2 plus R3, simple R is the exact answer. But no this type answer. Therefore, I got this approximate one. Right? Answer number 5. Understood? Fatima? Okay. Last two questions. Calculate the current. Calculate the current I shown in the figure below. Okay, current I is asking. Okay, it is Kirchhoff's first law. What's the Kirchhoff's first law? In a junction, the Kirchhoff's first law explained about charge conservation, right? Charge conservation or current conservation. In a junction of any circuit, the incoming current to the whatever junction, it's equal to the leaving out current, right? That's the Kirchhoff's first law. Now, how many current in coming to this junction? 0.7, 1.2. It is both coming 9, 1.9, 1.9. In 2.5 coming, that means 2.5 plus 1.9. 4.4. 4.4 minus 2. 4.4 minus 2 because it is leaving out. The remaining amount is leaving from I. Leaving from I. then it is 4.4 minus 2, it is 2.4. Answer number 1. Answer number 1. Question number 40, it's a simple one. A force of 5 Newton meter act on this object and move the object 10 meter distance. The work done is 25 joules. What is the angle between force and the displacement? That means ground direction, right? The angle, theta is asking. Theta 100. Okay, then the work equal, it's a very simple question. The work equal, you know, work equal F into force into displacement into force direction, right? Then work equal 25 joules. The force 5, you have resolved into this way, 5 cos theta, 5 cos theta into displacement 10 meter, 5 cos theta. Then 25 equal 5 into 10, 50 cos 6 cos theta. Sorry. Now it is 1 to 2 cancel. Then cos theta equal 1 over 2. 1 over 2 mean half. Then theta equal cos inverse half. Cos inverse half. Cos inverse half. Okay, you can use calculator. Cos inverse half 60. Because so cos 60 equal half. Cos 60 equal half. Cos 60 equal half. Okay, that's the end of exam number 6 MCQ discussion. Okay, let's move into structured paper. It's a good question. In this industrial sector, the use of rate of reaction is important to increase the productivity of industry. Yeah, it is very important to increase the productivity of industry, the rate of chemical reaction. An experimental setup is modeled, the reaction rate is shown below. There are 0.2 mol Gm minus 3, 0.2 moles per cubic decimeter of HCl was added to A, B and D test tubes, and 0.4 moles per cubic decimeter HCl was added to C test tube, right? That means A, B and D test tube concentrations are similar, but C test tube it is doubled than others. 2 pieces of 5 gram of magnesium strip were added to A and C. A and C magnesium strip, right? Test tube, and magnesium small pieces of same mass, that means 5 gram, were used to B and D tubes. B and D magnesium small pieces, same mass. Test tubes A, B and C are placed in the water container at 30 Celsius and test tube D is placed in another container with 60 Celsius water, right? Select the name that test tube among A, B, C and D that determine following factors. Okay, do you remember what are the factors affect on the rate of chemical reaction? It's four main factors: temperature, concentration, reactant concentration. What else? Concentration. So temperature, reactant concentration, catalyst and physical state of matters or physical nature of matters or physical surface area of matters. Four main factors, remember. If you want to experiment whatever factor, what is the rule? What's the rule? What's the rule? We have to keep other all three factors constant. That's the rule. That's a concept in the lesson given, syllabus given concept. As example, if you want to check the temperature effect to the rate of chemical reaction, the rule is, the standard is, the recommendation is keep other three factors constant. That means concentration, catalyst and physical nature, you have to keep constant of both test tubes. Only temperature changing, right? Then make a effect of reactant concentration. Now concentration only changing, only concentration changing, and other thing you have remember, some students write as effect the concentration only a test tube, only one. No, for all experiments in O level science you're doing, we should have two main samples, the experimental sample and control sample. They got the end all. Otherwise, how we can compare? How we can compare, right? Always minimum two test tubes required for one experiment, right? The effect of reactant concentration. Concentration is difference. Concentration difference. C concentration difference, right? C concentration difference. C concentration difference. C concentration difference. Then C concentration difference, B concentration, B but physical state difference. Therefore, two factors changing. B and C wrong. But A and C, A concentration 0.2, C concentration 0.4, temperature, sorry, concentration difference. But temperature, same water bath, temperature okay. Temperature okay. Physical nature, magnesium strip, A and C okay. Catalyst, no added, both. Then A and C. I got A and C. Two test tubes required. Two test tubes required to conduct an experiment. At least two. Experimental sample and control sample. Right? Dehini? Understood? Sarmia? That these practicals we already discussed in the lesson. Please go to this note and revise again these days. The effect of physical nature. Physical nature is different. Other three factors constant. They make at least and temperature and concentration should be same. Temperature same nang A, B, C වලින් එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. But physical state change and concentration A and B. Yes. A and B. Effect of temperature effect එක පෙන්වන්න D එක ඕනෙමයි. Why? Different temperature. But you have to get another test tube among A, B, C. Other all factors same as D. Then concentration 0.2. B get concentration 0.2. Physical nature also same. Then B and D. They are the answers. State each different observation between the following test tubes during this reaction. State each different observations. In second. Sorry. State each different observation between the following test tubes during this reaction. Between A and B, what are the different observations? A and B I used to express the physical state nature. Physical nature effect. A and B. A and B, but we can see the observations. The B test tube, air bubbling speed, how about? B speed, air bubbling speed greater than A test tube. Why? The B magnesium contact surface area is greater. The reason is not asking here. The question asks observation, B test tube air bubbling speed greater than A tube. Or B test tube magnesium disappearing speed greater than A test tube. Magnesium disappearing. React dissolve. The speed is greater than B. Okay, they are the observation. The main observation, air bubbling. Air bubbling. Hydrogen gas is releasing. B and D. 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 To express a physical state, temperature. B and D. B and D. D test tube, greater air bubbling speed than B test tube. Temperature is a reason. Write the reason for one of the observation above. One of observation above, then you have to mention you selected observation. If I select B and D, the reason D test tube, temperature increased than, temperature is greater than B tube. Then collisions increasing, reactant collisions with temperature, reactant vibrations increase, therefore reactant collisions increasing. As a result of that, effective collision mean collisions that's producing product. Effective collisions increasing. Okay, that's the reason. Then the rate of chemical reaction increasing. Okay, maybe you can select one observation and write the reason. The temperature is the reason. When temperature increase, molecule vibration increasing. Due to vibration, their collisions increasing. Due to high number of collisions, effective collisions, requirement completed collisions increasing. That's the reason for increase the rate of chemical reaction. If you select A and B mean physical state of nature. If you select A and B, මෙතන එකයි select කරගන්න තියෙන්නේ. අපි A and B select කරගත්තොත් B test tube, no? Yeah, B test tube, magnesium molecules, the contact surface area is greater than A test tube, right? Contact surface area is greater than A test tube. Therefore, number of collisions increasing as a result of effective collisions increasing. That's why the rate of chemical reaction increasing. Or normally unknown. Okay, both okay, both methods correct. එකක් unknown, at least one. Sorry. Write the chemical equation for the above reaction. Chemical equation very simple. Now magnesium react with HCl, magnesium solid, HCl aqueous. It is producing MgCl2, magnesium chloride plus hydrogen gas. Now if you want, you can balance Cl2 මෙතන 2 වෙනවා. Yeah, that's the balance equation. That's a balance equation. MgCl2 is a solid, magnesium chloride, hydrogen is a gas. Hydrogen is a gas. For tomorrow exam also, this basic concept will be very important, right? It exam එකටත් මේව ඕන. මොනවද මේ these experiments, right? The basic knowledge about experiments. Okay, name the factor not mentioned in part 1 above which affect to the rate of chemical reaction. In the part 1 mentions physical state of nature, then temperature and concentration. But catalyst not mentioned, the remain factor catalyst. State the main two types which factor mentioned in previous part. Main two types, homogeneous catalyst and that we discussed already in the lesson. Homogeneous catalyst and heterogeneous catalyst. Homogeneous catalyst and heterogeneous catalyst. Homogeneous catalyst mean what? Reactant and catalyst both in same physical state. Heterogeneous catalyst mean reactant and catalyst in different physical states. In a different physical state. Write which type of following compounds mentioned in previous part can be used to increase the rate of decomposition of solution of H2O2. H2O2 means hydrogen peroxide. I think you can remember in our syllabus in the lesson I explained the catalyst effect experiment using H2O2 hydrogen peroxide වලින් තමයි කරේ. ඒකෙන්ම අහලා තියෙන්නේ. See, always exam questions based on the exam or whatever paper questions based on the syllabus. Syllabus given everything. Sometimes critical thinking questions ask him, but they all are based on the question, based on the syllabus. The basic concept collect from the syllabus always, right? Right? Which type of following compounds mentioned can be used to increase the rate of decomposition of solution of H2O2. H2O2 means aqueous solution. Then if I use sodium hydroxide solution also aqueous, then it is homogeneous. Manganese oxide is a solid. It is heterogeneous. That we already discussed in the lesson, right? If the concentration of the HCl solution in C above is reduced. Now HCl concentration, HCl is a reactant, always reactant concentration decaying, decreasing. That's correct, right? Reduced to 0.05 mol Dm minus 3 within 50 seconds. Calculate the rate of chemical reaction for the corresponding reaction. Okay. Then how to get the rate of chemical reaction? Very simple. R equal delta HCl. That means HCl concentration change divided by time difference. Time difference. Then delta concentration change means final concentration. Mean final concentration 0.15. Initial concentration you can get by first in the diagram. C 0.4 initial. 0.4 mol Dm minus 3. 0.4. 0.4 mol Dm minus 3. Divide by 50 seconds. 50 seconds. 0.15 minus 0.4. 0.25, no? Yeah. 0.25 divided by 50. 0.25 divided by 50. It's 0 minus, the answer minus compulsory because decaying rate minus 0.005 mol Dm minus 3s minus 1. Unit compulsory. This is the answer. This is the answer. Part B. Okay, it's going to part B. A group of technology students designed an experiment to study heat transfer. Accordingly, 50 square centimeter of a liquid detergent purchased from a market was mixed with 450 cubic centimeter of water at 27 Celsius. The final temperature of the mixture was 39 Celsius. the density of water is 1 gcm minus 3, that means 1 grams per cubic decimeter, and the specific heat capacity of water is 4.25 grams per Celsius. It's a mistake. It should be joules. Joules grams per Celsius, right? Is the dissolution of liquid alkaline in water exothermic reaction or endothermic reaction? Then it's exactly exothermic reaction. If you know in practically, if you get some amount of detergent powder ටිකක් අරගෙන වතුර ටිකක් දාලා බලන්න. Then what happened? We can feel some heat. It's exothermic reaction, but this question also given initial water temperature 27. Now it is heated up to 39, means final temperature. Then definitely it is exothermic reaction. It's releasing some heat. Exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Calculate the heat change in kilojoules. For the above reaction, assuming that the density and the specific heat capacity of the solution form in the same density and specific heat capacity of water, then that means releasing heat, Q equal mc theta is the equation, right? Mc theta is the equation. Mc theta means mass. How about the mass of solution? Solution mass 50 into 450. 50 into 450, it's 500. Now 500. Now it is given 1 cubic centimeter equal 1 gram. Then 500 cubic centimeter equal 500 gram. 500 gram. 500 grams into specific heat capacity also given in grams. 4.25 into 4.25 into g minus 1 k minus 1 or Celsius minus 1, no problem. Celsius minus 1. Now what is the temperature difference? 27 Celsius increase up to 39, 12 Celsius. 12 Celsius, right? Now Celsius to per Celsius cancel out, gram to per gram cancel out. Now 500 into 12, it is 6,000. 6,000 into 4.25. 25,500. 25,500 joules or 25.5 kilojoule. 25.5 kilojoule. 25.5 kilojoule. Right? Okay, sorry. Har. Mention one more assumption made to calculate in previous part. Okay, what is the first assumption? Okay, අපි use කර assumption එක මොකක්ද? The solution density and specific heat capacity. That means after dissolve detergent in water, that's a solution, that's a aqueous solution. This aqueous solution density equal to the water density. Actually, it is not equal to the water density, but it is an assumption, right? For our calculation. And specific heat capacity also equal. Exactly, it is not equal. හරියටම equal නෑ, but that we consider for easy calculation, right? Mention one more assumption made here. One more assumption. Yeah. What do you think? What is the assumption? There is no heat lost into the environment while mixing, right? While mixing, there is no any heat loss. Okay, that is the next assumption. That's why we got the entire heat production, right? If it is lost, it will be changed, right? Right. Okay, this question you all are correct. State two differences at the molecular level between detergent powder. Actually, they are not asking about detergent powder. Detergent powder means solid reactant, right? And the liquid detergent. Liquid detergent and liquid detergent means liquid state. Okay, what are the changes? What are the molecular level changes? Molecular level changes. In molecular level, what are the changes? They are very simple. In molecular level solid, that means detergent powder, they are highly compacted with very strong intermolecular bonds. Liquids, they are closely packed but no compacted and no very strong intermolecular bonds like solid, right? You can note down, they already know, you already know. And how about molecule kinetic energy? Solid, very low molecule kinetic energy, but liquid comparatively greater molecule kinetic energy. How about molecule spaces? Molecule spaces very low in solids. Liquid is greater than solid. Okay, they are the differences. Okay, come to question number 2. It's a very good question. Good question. So, part A, two masses, 5 kilogram and 3 kilogram, are held at each end of a light and inelastic. Inelastic mean I already explained. With force, the length will be not changing. String passing through a smooth pulley. Smooth pulley means no friction. There is a friction, but we can neglect this, right? As shown in the figure, such that the string is straight and 5 kilogram mass is 1.5 meter above the ground level. It is 1.5 meter above the ground level. Finally, 3 kilogram mass is freely released. Mark all forces acting on the masses and the strings as after the release. Okay, the first one, 5 kilogram, there is a weight 50 Newton. 50 Newton weight, right? W1. 3 kilogram, there is weight 30 Newton weight, W2. Then this is a tension on the string, and there is another tension on this string. Yeah, that's all forces. Forces. That's all. Okay, this is a force system. All forces act on this force system, right? Find the acceleration with 5 kilogram mass move towards the ground. The acceleration. Okay, if it is accelerating, what is a Newton's law? Newton's second law. Newton's second law means what is the equation? F equal ma. F equal ma, right? F equal ma. Now you have two method. That's the easy method. Now you can use F equal ma to entire force system. Apply F equal ma equation to entire force system. Entire force system, right? Now 30 Newton and 50 Newton. What is the resultant force? Force difference 20, no? 50 minus 20. Sorry, 50 minus 30, it is 20 Newton. Mass, entire mass, the pulley mass we can neglect. 50 plus 30, sorry, 5 plus 3, 8 kilogram. We don't know the acceleration, right? Acceleration equal 20 divided by 8. It is 10 divided by 4, 2.5 ms minus 2 is the acceleration. 2.5 meters per square second. 2.4 meters per square second. Next one, calculate the tension in this string. By we taking 50 minus 30. 50 minus 30 means the current force joule. Then 50 minus F equal ma, that's the second method, right? F equal is low equation, right? Then අපි separately දාමු. අපි 5 kilogram 5 kilogram it's downward, come to downward, then 50 minus t equal 5a. That's my first equation, right? 50 minus t. 50 minus t. Why? The result force. 50 is greater than t. Neither. It's moving to downward. Now, this side, t is greater than 30. That side it's moving to down upward direction. අපි 3 වලට දාමු t minus 30. I got Joel. 3a. හරි. මේක තේරුණාද? That's an optional method. Hari. Then this is my first equation. This is my second equation. I am going to add my first equation to second equation. Right? 50 minus t plus t minus 30 equal 5a plus 3a 80. Maybe minus t to plus t cancel out. That's why directly I got 50 minus 30 equal 8a, a equal 2.5. Understood? Hari. If you have any doubt, please note down this method as well. Both correct. Dihini, Fatima, any doubt? Sorry. Okay, no, okay. There was a connection. calculate the tension in the string. Tension, now it is easy. Now it is easy. Meaning එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. 50 minus t equal 5. 50 minus t equal 5a. Apply Newton's second law into 1 mass, right? 5 kilogram of 3 kilogram. Then 50 minus t equal 5 into 2.5, because acceleration 2.5. Then 5 into 2.5 means 12.5, no? Yeah. 50 minus t equal 12.5. Then to isolate tension, 12.5 get into this side, t get into this side, t equal 50 minus 12.5. 50 minus 12.5, 50 minus 12, 38, 37.5 Newton. Understood? That is a tension on the string. That's a tension on the string. That's the tension on the string. Okay. Find the speed which 5 kilogram mass hits the ground. Find the speed of 5 kilogram mass hits the ground. That's the most important part. Okay. Actually, to calculate the 5 kilogram mass, the speed of hitting ground, we have to use a motion equation. Otherwise, we don't have method. Total mechanical energy method you can't use. Why? We don't know starting velocity or final starting velocity. We don't know, right? Therefore, yeah, we have to use a motion equation. Okay, I have given 4 motion equations in rotational motion tube. You can check. Rotational motion tube, I have given 4 main motion equations, right? Okay, among them, now V final equation. Yeah, final equation based. V squared equal U squared. But final equation don't have time, no? Because we don't know the time. U squared plus 2as. 2as. S mean displacement. අපිට time එක නැති එකක් ඕනේ ගන්න. It don't have time, right? This equation don't have time. Then V squared mean don't know. U squared 0 because starting from 0. 2 into 0 plus 2 into acceleration, you already know 2.5, displacement 1.5, distance or height. Then V squared 2 into 2.5, 5. 5 into 1.5, 7.5. 7.5 equal V squared. V equal 7.5 square root. 7.5 square root mean 2.74 meters per second. 2.74 meters per second. Easy. You have to select a motion equation without time. Without time, because we don't know the time. Understood? Right, Tanya? V squared equal U squared plus, what's the meaning of U squared? Initial velocity, V squared final velocity. It is starting from 0, right? Starting from 0, the final velocity 2.74 meters per second. Right. Part B. Life is sustained by biomolecule reactions between biomolecules in living organism. The figure shows two carbohydrates groups. Two carbohydrates groups. Name the group of biomolecule which A and B belongs in figure. මෙතන අහන්නේ groups of biomolecule. A polysaccharide, A polysaccharide, A polysaccharide, B disaccharide. Disaccharide. I have given marks if you write sucrose and cellulose. Write the general name of the bond formed between starch by sample sugar molecule. It is carbohydrate bond, glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond. Right? Glycosidic bond. State the name of simple sugars formed when A and B hydrolyze. Hydrolyze means bond breakdown. Make glycosidic bonds break down. Hydrolysis. Hydrolysis. If it is breakdown, A convert into beta glucose. Beta glucose. Beta glucose. Beta glucose. B is a sucrose, no? Then it is alpha glucose and beta fructose. Alpha glucose and beta fructose. I think you remember. Beta fructose and alpha glucose. Yeah, alpha glucose and beta fructose had it. A student wanted to carry out a chemical experiment to identify biomolecule B. Biomolecule B is sucrose. Then is it oxidizing sugar or sorry, it is reducing sugar or not? Not oxidized. Is it reducing sugar or not? It's a type of reducing sugar. Reducing sugar means, all monosaccharides and disaccharide, maltose, cellulose, lactose. Ever non-reducing sugars. Non-reducing sugar means simple sugar. Then we can identify by simple Benedict test. But including sucrose and other all polysaccharides, they are non-reducing sugars. Non-reducing sugars means we can't identify using a simple test. We have to use special steps to carry out to identify non-reducing sugars. Hari. Briefly state the steps of following that. Hari. Step by steps ලියන්න. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can continue 5 steps. Hari. What is the first step? What's the first step? Prepare as water solution. Add few drops of Benedict's. Few drops of Benedict solution. Second step, heat by water bath, and if there are any color change, that is a simple reducing sugar. Simple non-reducing sugar identification. Then අපි තව steps තියෙනවා. If there are color change, filter out. Filter out. Oh, sorry. Filter out this precipitation. If there are any color change, filter out. Okay, 2 steps done. Again, third day. Now it's already filtered. I think you can remember non-reducing identification test. It was add few drops of HCl and heat by water bath. Sarmia, what is the purpose of adding HCl few drops? What's the purpose? Okay, third step, add few drops of HCl solution. What's the purpose of adding hydrochloric acid? Tanya, why? Very good job. Non-reducing sugar, complex sugars, ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් sucrose නේ. Sucrose hydrolysis and convert into simple sugars. දැන් එතකොට මෙන්න මේව හැදිලා තියෙන්නේ. Alpha glucose and beta fructose. They all non-reducing. ඒකටම අපි උඩ step එක කරොත් අපිට we can identify. Speed up, right? Fourth step, sodium hydroxide, caustic soda, few drops. and few drops, not and, for neutralizing. Neutralizing. It's another main step. What is the purpose? By neutralizing is required, Benedict's solution only react with neutral solutions. Therefore, at HCl it will be acidic, right? Its pH value getting very low. Then we can add few drops of sodium hydroxide and neutralize the solution, right? 5. Okay, අපිට step 5 ඉවර කරන්න පුළුවන්. Again, add few drops of Benedict's and heat by water bath and get observations. හරි ඔච්චර. දිහිනි, clear? Any doubt up to now? Kabir, clear, right? Okay, final one. Write 2 industrial applications of A and B. Now, final question. 2 industrial applications of A and B. A is cellulose. Cellulose, whatever polysaccharide. අපි ඒකට දාමු paper production, sucrose, what are the sugar production, sugar and sweet foods, sugar production. Okay, they are the industrial application. Okay, that's the end of structured essay part. Okay, now 9:30. I'm going to stop from here, and remember that tomorrow evening you have a very small session, Pascal's theorem, Archimedes theorem, Bernoulli's theorem, including very important session. Tomorrow let's try to start 6:30, right? Then we can get 3.5 hours until 9:30. Yeah, 3 hours to complete the maximum part. And tomorrow morning you have exam, I forgot. And this time you have I'll send the paper structure into group now. You can ready. Tomorrow morning you can start 9 a.m. Please ready. You have 30 MCQ questions this time. 30 MCQ question, 30 MCQ question. Yeah, 30 MCQ questions. Two structured essay questions and 2 essay questions. Body paper. It's not a 5-hour paper. Tomorrow you have only 3-hour paper. After this exam, we will move into 5-hour papers. 5-hour papers, I hope to do in 2 days. MCQ part and essay structure part separately, Tuesday and Wednesday from next exam. For tomorrow you have 3-hour exam, right? Okay, now you have time to ready for the exam. Okay, goodbye. Good night.